Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm getting back to the Adore Sew Along. So that was the Stitch Pink for October. I know we're way past October. Unfortunately, I had so many things going on. I just couldn't keep up, got behind. And so now this is the year I'm catching up with all the things. So we had already done the center block and block 1 and block 2. So today I'm going to do block 3 and 4. And then when we're all done, I'll show you all the blocks that we have so far. So let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to start with block 3. We've already done the center, block 1 and block 2. Now we're going to do block 3, and after 3 we'll go on to 4. 4's super simple, so that'll go really fast. 3's not too bad either. So you should have a center square of fabric, which is this guy here. And then you'll have 4 of your background pieces, 2.5 inch squares per each background, so 8 of these. And then you'll have 4 background 2.5 inch squares that are going to go on the end of 2 of our flying geese. So you're going to make 4 flying geese. The stitch and flip method. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And let me grab one. They should come out looking like something like this. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with this guy here. I'm going to sew from the top left to the bottom right. Diagonal line right there. You can draw a line if you like. I have the diagonal seam tape on my machine, so I'm just going to follow that line. Oop. And this is a tone-on-tone fabric, so just keep an eye on that. I almost sewed it on the wrong side because sometimes tone-on-tones can be tricky and hard to see. That side done. Let's see if I can find my scissors here. Not sure where I put my scissors, but I will grab my rotary cutter and a ruler, and I'm going to trim a 1/4 inch away from that seam line towards the outside of the color. You don't want to trim towards the white. That's the part of the flying geese you want to keep. So we'll trim away. Alright, and then we'll give that piece a press. I'm going to go ahead and finger press it first, make it go where I want to, and then use my magic juice. Okay, now I'm going to put the other one on the other side. And these are all directional fabrics, so I'm taking a peek. That might not bother you, it bothers me. I need all the directionals to go the correct way. Hopefully you are not OCD like me and it doesn't matter, because you might drive yourself a little bit crazy. Okay, oh, there's my scissors. I found them. So I'm going to cut this away. You can rotary cut them if you're more comfortable. It's just sometimes easier to trim them up with scissors for me. So now I'm going to press this. And with the magic juice, you can put it on the back, on the seam line, or on the front, doesn't matter. I've gotten asked that question a few times. Doesn't really matter. Just put it on the seam. Get your flat block. Okay. So once you have all 4 of those guys, you're going to take your background squares, where'd it go? and add it to the left and right side of two of them. So you're going to have two that look just like this. You're going to have two that have no squares. So you'll have 2 and 2. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to either side. And then after I'm done adding, this whole block is going to go together just like this. And that's how fast this block goes together. Really quick and easy. And I'm going to press these. I press this one out. I'm going to press this one out. And when we attach these to the center, I'm going to press it in so everything nests up really nicely. Now I know some of you are sewing along with me. If you finished your quilt, I'd love to know in the comments down below how it went. And if you're on Facebook and you want to join my private Facebook group, I'd love to have you, and you could post a picture and show me how your quilt came out. I'd love to see it. I love seeing people's finishes. That's really fun for me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a press. There we go. And now I'm going to sew these to either side of the center. Take that one out of the way. Now make sure you sew with your flying geese on top, so you can sew. Make sure you sew just to the right, like a thread of where the threads make the X here, so that way you don't lose your point on your flying geese. If you sew with your flying geese down, you might sew over that and lose your point. Go ahead and press that way. Then we'll do the second piece. As you can see, I kept my point really nicely there, so it really does help to sew with them on top. Okay, press that side. Alrighty, now we can put this whole block together. My needle came unthreaded. Oops. I didn't notice that. I need to probably clean my machine a bit and change the needle, because when it starts doing that, it's because either my needle is tired or my machine needs cleaned. So after I finish these blocks, that's what I will be doing. Okay, there we go. adding the last piece to this block. Well, the center of this block, I should say. As you guys know, all of the blocks, if you've been doing these so far, which you're probably actually already done with your whole quilt, since I'm so late, but the outer portion of all these center pieces kind of look exactly like these pieces that we're adding now. So this time we're kind of making a star and a star, but they're all star legs, so. Except on those star legs, we made them as half square triangles instead of flying geese. All right, so that is the center of block 3. I'm gonna grab my pieces that I'm gonna add. Now, I'm not gonna go through this, just like I said before. I might do it on the next one because block 4 is really simple. But all that's gonna look like is I'm gonna add these to the left and right, top and bottom, kind of like we just did for this. It just frames out that block. So I'm gonna finish this, press it, put it aside, and go to block 4, and then at the end of everything, I'll show you all the blocks that we've done so far. Okay, so we're gonna now sew block 4. This one's a really simple block, so I've done most of it ahead of time. I'm just gonna show you guys what I've done. Block 4 and block 7 are very similar, and they're the easiest blocks in this whole project. So all it is sewing a bunch of 2.5-inch squares together. So I've already done most of them, and I just need to add this last row. So the only things I want to point out for this one is that make sure that your reds, which is the standout color in this, are every other, like a checkerboard. So all I have to do is add this, and then we'll add our outside star legs, and this block will be done. So really simple. I figured that most of you probably didn't need a tutorial on how to sew a bunch of squares together, so. Oh, my needle came unthreaded. Hang on just a second. Okay. Technical difficulties. That happens, right? All right. Pull that bottom thread up. All right, now I can put these together. And the only part that I'm going to go slowly on is over these intersections. I want to make sure that they're lined up really well. So we definitely get that like checkerboard look. Okay, so I just need to give this a press and we can add our star legs. So let me grab my pressing pen, which I put away in the drawer earlier. And if you are newer to my channel and you don't know what this pressing pen is or magic juice is, I have a link to that video down below this one in the description box. Because I get asked that almost every time I sew on camera, and I don't mind sharing. But it's easier if I just point you to the video so you can see what it does, what it's for. Alrighty. So that is done. So now what I need to do is add my star legs, which I've already made. Remember, I'm not going to make these in every video because we made them in the first few videos and they're the same thing every time. Just some half square triangles put together. So I'm going to add these to the right and left, and then we'll do the top and bottom. And I was going to release these videos every Tuesday, but unfortunately my schedule is really busy right now with the kids and stuff. So I'll release them as I can, but what I'm planning on doing is just putting more blocks per video because I seem to be able to sit down for an hour or so and sew all in one day, and then other days are crazy. So it's probably easier for me to do a couple blocks per video rather than trying to do one this day, one that day. So yeah, that's what I'll do to try to get a little bit caught up on this project. Well, there's no catching up. I'm already really far behind, but that's okay. I'm very excited to get back to this and finish it. This is the year of finishing things. So I'm going to press these ones in, and then when we put the top and bottom on, I'll press those out so everything nests really well together. Now, even though this one is called block 4, it's technically the 5th block we've done together. It's because that center medallion that we did at the very beginning didn't really count as block 1. It was just the center medallion. So, okay. So there's that, and now I just have to attach the top and bottom to this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and do the top. And you can pin here to make sure that these all line up well, or just go nice and slow. You all know I'm not a pinner, so I'm just gonna go nice and slow. Over the intersections. Okay, let's see. Perfect. All right. Now we'll do the other side, and then this block will be done. After I finish this block, I'll give it a good press, and then I'll show you all the blocks we have so far. All right, so that is block 4. Let me give this a good press, and then I'll show you the center star and block 1, 2, 3, and 4, what we've done so far. All right, well, I've got all my blocks done. Here is the first block, the center block. It's a great big giant block. So if you have this pattern and you need a baby quilt, you could easily turn this into a really quick and easy baby quilt. So that was the center. And then this is what's considered block 1. And then we have block 2. And then we have block 3. And then we have block 4. So like I said earlier, I'm going to try to put these videos up at least once a week, hopefully. Hopefully I won't get derailed again. But when I do them, I'll probably do at least 2 blocks at a time to kind of speed up the process. And we're way behind, or I'm way behind. You guys are probably already done. But if you're done, like I said earlier, I would love to see your finished quilt. So if you want to join my Facebook group, it's private. You have to answer some questions to get in. But that way you know, like, it's not out there for the whole world to see. I'd love to see a picture of your quilt if you want to post it. Other than that, that's all I got for today. I will see you next time for a couple more blocks. I'm really looking forward to get this one done. It's so beautiful. I'd forgotten how pretty the fabric was until I started sewing it today. So I will see you soon. Take care and have a wonderful week. Bye.